Okay, this is your demonstration video of your exercise routine that I designed for you. Now remember, before each exercise routine that you start, you want to do a warm-up. Now if you're here in the gym or in some other gym, make sure you do that warm-up either on the treadmill, you can even do it on the elliptical if you like, or if you're not in a gym where you can get on the treadmill or some other cardio machine for at least 10 minutes, then you can start off also by doing jumping jacks. Say 2 sets of 50 jumping jacks is just enough to basically get your body moving, get the blood flowing and all that good stuff. So with that said, I'm already warmed up because I've been going up and down stairs. So your first exercise actually is bear crawls. Remember, with that bear crawl, you want to stay as low as possible. All your weight is centered and mostly on the upper body, okay? So what you want to do, you want to be in this position. Legs a little more kind of wide apart. You're almost like in a modified push-up position. So a bear crawl can either go backwards, this way, or you can go forward. And the goal is to try to stay low as possible with that exercise. This is going to work your core, your chest, your arms, everything. And you want to go back, here's forward, and that's your basic bear crawl. Now with that, you also want to take your time. Don't rush through it because you can hurt your wrist or fall on your face, which you don't want to do either. If you get tired or nauseated during any of these exercises, pause for 30 seconds to a minute, let yourself get settled, then start right back up again. Okay, your second exercise that we have on your list are dumbbell swings. Now, if you're at a gym, you can do this with a single dumbbell, or if they have kettlebells, you can do that with those. With that kettle swing, or dumbbell swing as we're calling it, you want a nice wide stance. You're not over gripping the weight, but a nice comfortable grip. It's centered on the body. And then what you're gonna do, keeping the back straight. You don't wanna be hunched over or sitting way back here like this, but you want a nice straight back. And then what you wanna do, from here, from a squat position, you're going to swing up about 45 degrees and down. What you don't want to do is let that weight overextend because you can dislocate that shoulder or drop it. And you don't just want to drop it down for the same reasons. So you want to control it. You're not necessarily muscling it, but you're allowing the momentum. As you come up, you thrust the hips forward. Boom. It's a slight squat, then up. It's the same thing if you're doing it with the left hand. Good form, always good form. Up. Always good form. It's more important to do your exercise with good form than to do a bunch of exercises with bad form. One, you can get hurt. Next, you also don't get the most effectiveness out of that exercise. Your next exercise is squat kicks. With the squat kick, you have a couple of ways you can do this. You want your feet a little more than shoulder width apart. You want to come at least 3/4 of the way to halfway down. You never want your knees to overextend your feet. That puts all the stress on your knees and you don't want to do that. You want a nice even stance. The weight is on the heels. Back is straight in this position. Then what you want to do, hands here, you're going to squat down, kick, squat down, kick, squat down, kick. You're kicking right towards the center. Now, you can also hook, hook, hook. Stay nice and centered, hook. Keep the weight on the heels as you drive up, boom. That's your basic squat kick. That exercise also works the core, the thighs, the butt. You're getting all of this with the simple exercise. Now, the nice thing about these exercises that you're doing, as I've said before, is that you can do them anywhere, whether it be in the gym or in your home, living room, doesn't matter. Okay, your next exercise are single arm kettle lifts. Now, I'm still not using a kettlebell, but we're using a dumbbell, which works just as effectively. With that lift, what you want to be able to do is effectively lay back. This is your starting position. The weight is faced towards the ceiling, knuckles towards the ceiling. You don't want it to be way back here because again, you're into that shoulder. You want it nice and controlled, but again, don't over grip it. You over grip it, it'll make you more tired than what you should be. So you're going to be here, then what you're going to do, keeping that weight pointing towards the ceiling, you're going to raise up, opposite leg gets up under you, press up, oh, that's the end position. Going back down, and here, that's finished. Now, you don't want to rest on that knee, that can hurt. You're actually hitting the side of the leg, and then as you get to that position, you're powering up on the foot that's flat on the ground. So again, you're here, press up, come down, nice and controlled, and here. Another thing about this exercise, you always want to look up. Wherever you look, that weight will go. If you look down, that weight will begin to drop, and you don't want to do that. That's your basic kettle lift, or in this case, dumbbell lift. Now with your next exercise, we have the planks. Planks you had fun with, because we also had that challenge. Plank position is similar to a push-up position, except you're on your forearms. So what you want to do is your feet are about shoulder width apart, arms about 90-degree angle, good. Forearms flat on the ground, or you can have your hands flat or on the side. I prefer mine this way. And then what you can do is you go up and you hold. You don't want to be here. You definitely don't want to be here. Right here. Your core is your stabilizer, your abdominals, your obliques. That's what's keeping you there. Nice and straight, and you want to hold it for time. 30 seconds or longer. Then rest. Again, you're on the toes or the balls of the feet almost once you get up in a position. Then you raise up and hold. Now for the challenge with that is you go from the hold to full push-up position. Back down. You can either do it that slow to begin with, or like that. Same thing, keeping the back straight, core nice and tight. These are your basic exercises. Okay, what you had next on yours was, I believe, duck walks. I seem like everybody had fun with those, right? So what you're gonna do, a duck walk is you're basically in a squat position. And what you want to do, again, you don't want your knees to overextend. Weight is on the heels. Whether you're going backwards, nice and smooth, and you notice I use my arms for the swing. You want to stay low. Boom. Going from heel to toe, heel to toe. Whether you're going backwards or forwards, try to stay low. As you get stronger, you can go lower. You may start off to where you're here. That's all right, as long as you know that's truthfully where you can start off. But if you can drop lower, boom, go low, back and forth, boom. You can do those with, like we were doing in our routine, to where you get the duck walk, forward, shuffle back, or you can duck walk forward, trot back on the balls of the feet, boom. Nice and simple. Woo! That's getting to me already. All right, your next exercise, actually, that was about it. I had another one in there that I would like to throw in, but I think the next time we get together, I'll put that exercise in. You'll get a big kick out of it. But remember, with this routine, you want to do this on an average 3 days a week. Now, if your challenge or goal is to get leaner a little faster because of an event or something of that nature, then you want to be doing this session at least 5 days a week. You have your other 2 days where you can do your cardio, or you can work your cardio in even on one of those other days, giving you 3 days of cardio. And the cardio routine that I recommend, because you may not need to do any running, in my opinion. You can use a treadmill, especially if you're going into a gym or if you have one at home. If it has an automatic incline that you can set to where it raises on its own or by pushing a button, then what you want to do is you want to start off on a walk, nice comfortable speed, maybe 2.5 for about 5 minutes or so. Then raise that speed up to 3.0 to 3.5. Remember, you're not running, you're not jogging, you're just at a good walk. Not a slow walk, but medium type walk. After you're there at the 3.0 to 3.5 speed, then what you want to do is you want to raise that incline one level every minute. Now the ultimate is to be able to get up to the max incline of the treadmill that you're on. Some go to 12, some even go to 15. But for our purposes, if you get to level 8, so every minute you raise that incline, you don't change the speed, up one full level. When you do that, you get to the 8th level, the high level, then you're gonna stay there for 10 minutes. After that 10-minute mark, you're gonna begin to lower the incline down one full level until you get back to 0. Then you stay there for another 10 minutes, then drop your speed. If you're at 3.5, drop it down to 2.5. If you're at 3.0, again, drop it down to 2.5. Stay on the treadmill for at least another 5 to 8 minutes or even maybe 10 minutes for your cool down. Believe me, this will work you because you're working just like you're climbing a hill, working one of the largest muscle groups of your body, which is your thighs. I was able to do this when I was training on a regular basis, especially when I was getting ready for my show, which was a number of years ago, without doing any distance running of any kind and drop a significant amount of body fat. Because if you do too much cardio, what happens is you cause your body to look for nourishment, and it's not going to look for fat first. It's going to go to the muscle. And then you'll end up losing all the valuable muscle that you've been building with these body exercise type routines. And that's what you don't want to do, because remember, we're shaping to live, we're not living to shape. So with that, you want to do that nice cardio routine that I just mentioned to you, and then that'll help you to keep the maximum amount of lean muscle tissue that you're building, which will give you your tone, your shape, that hourglass if you're a lady, that nice V-taper if you're a man, with a nice sweeping flare to the thighs, you know, bodybuilder look, but not necessarily like you're getting ready to get on stage. And ladies, do not worry. It is very, 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 very difficult for you to get quote unquote bulky like a man. You don't have the testosterone level. You have some, but nowhere near enough to make that happen. So with that, I want you to enjoy this routine, have fun with it, push yourself. If you don't push yourself, you won't get the maximum amount of benefits out of it. You have to go past your comfort zone with it.